It's Snap Take. It's a new apartment. I'm definitely going to knock this camera down because we are not steady, but we are going to do a Snap Take where we have seriously, and I mean this like completely honestly, a deck with utterly absurd stats. It's got a well over 2 Q rate at the highest ends of infinite. No one's playing it. No one has it for you yet. I'm so excited to get to it. But before we get there, everyone wants to know about Prowler. I'm going to give you an early last chance review of Prowler. Prowler has proved to be a very good card, if not quite the meta breaker, the meta definer that many hope for. He is at home in Scream decks, at home in mini move decks, and at home in Werewolf decks. If those are your jam, if that is how you want to play Marvel Snap, then go get Prowler. If that is not your jam, then this is a card that you're not going to play a ton of, and one that you are perfectly fine to just sort of skip and wait out. The Prowler deck we're going to show you, we showed you a million different mini move decks if you've watched the last few days of videos. We've also showed you a couple werewolf decks. We can show you more if you're so inclined in the next couple days. I've got another really good Prowler deck for you for tomorrow, for the last day of the season. But this is Ika's deck, and he brought Scream back. He brought the Scream Fudge deck back. I know that this deck was really popular when we featured it, and since it's got like a low 70s win rate at high infinite right now, I figured it was worth looking at again. There's also a lot more variability to this deck than there used to be, at least in the 5-cost slot. We'll talk about that momentarily. You can find Ika, the Meta Breaker, at twitch.tv/Ika_MTS. You only really need Sam to run versions of this deck. Scream can be Polaris, and then Scream, if you don't have it, you just run Hydra Stomper instead of Polaris, and then you can run Silk. You can also cut Stegron for Shang-Chi at that point, Juggernaut, Red Guardian, something along those lines. Cannonball can be Legion, Vision, or Hellion. Cannonball and Lady Deathstrike are really, really good in the meta right now. They have a lot of power to them, especially with Prowler, right? Because the -2 cost spell gives you a lot more Lady Deathstrike targets. It's a really, really good play. It's something you can do that surprises people, that steals you extra cubes, and that's always got extra value. But like, you don't have to run the Lady Deathstrike thing. You don't have to run a Cannonball thing. You can mix and match among the 5 different 5-drops, although they're going to change what other cards you run. We are running Cannonball without Mercury here, so Mercury can just, if you don't run Prowler, you can run Mercury. If you don't have Ben, you can run Batrock and then not run Killmonger. Again, there's a ton of mixing and matching you can do. Don't feel like you have to be married to these ideas. This is just a concept deck, and this one is particularly good at stealing cubes because it's sort of outside of what people expect to play against right now. Prowler can be kind of any of the above. Again, it's a really good card. It's why we're running the Deathstrike. I don't know if I'd run the Deathstrike version sans Prowler, but like short of that, I think that this is a very powerful version that I'd be comfortable running. And Prowler is really, really nice in Scream because you're fairly likely to move that card last turn. You also have Spider-Man for the immediate move. All right, so Uncle Ben is here to die. You have 2 ways to kill Ben. You have Killmonger and Lady Deathstrike. Either way gets you a Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a move. That move can trigger Prowler. Obviously, it's also good for triggering Scream or Craven or Miles, stuff you're happy to have. Turning a 1-2 while removing power from the opponent's side of the board into a 2-4 is just really strong. Scream gets reasonably big. She's one of the only 4-cost scalers in the game. I think she might be the last 4-power scaler left in Snap. She's still a really strong card. As such, she works here with Spider-Man, Polaris, Stegron, and and Cannonball, and is very powerful in all these instances. She's not, however, in this deck usually as good as Sam Wilson. Sam and Craven is an incredible power pairing. Sam's shield moving gives you all sorts of extra goodies, from the Miles triggers to being able to like prevent a clog to making a Prowler skill free. Spider-Man is a nice free move. If you play Spider-Man 2 and then Prowler on 3, it's the only way that this deck has, and most decks don't have a way to do this except play Stomper and Snap, so this is a better way to get Prowler on curve with his skills cheaper. Killmonger's incredible right now. Victoria Hand's one of the best decks in the game, and Killmonger gives you access to blowing that deck's power up. Prowler gives you skills that are incredible. The extra energy is not to be slept on in this deck. The ability to play like a Cannonball or a Deathstrike plus a 2-cross card is amazing. The extra energy is really great there, as is the extra power, because people will often not count that extra power, not count accurately for you being able to do that and grab that power. Polaris and Stegron give you a mini clog package along with Craven. They buff Craven, but they also give you a mini clog package for Scream decks, and people don't play around that anymore, so it's extra nice. Miles is a 1/6, happy to have it, especially with Cannonball Deathstrike. Cannonball steals you a lane, and then Deathstrike blows up a lot of one's stuff in ways that they're not usually expecting, although Uncle Ben is a giant screaming neon light to anyone who's in the know that you're going to run Lady Deathstrike. So Ika returns the Fudge deck. Props to Ika for thinking of this deck and bringing back the Fudge. Turn 1, Ben. Turn 2, Sam over Scream, over Craven, over Spidey. And then turn 3 depends on your 2. If you played Sam, you want Craven. If you played Polaris, you want... if you played Scream or Craven, you want Polaris. If you played Spidey, you want Prowler. Turn 4, Stegron if we have Scream or Craven. A 2+2 is still totally fine here. We're also good with 3+1 if LDS is our next turn play. That 1 can be Miles. That 1 can also be the Uncle Ben. Now, it's also worth noting that we're going to often want to go Stomper and a 2 on turn 5. If we are doing that, then we might want to go with that more expensive card here, a 3+1 or a Stegron, so that we have an extra 2 to play with Stomper on turn 5. Turn 5, Lady Death Strike or Stomper and a 2-drop. And then turn 6, Cannonball, Stomper spells, and Miles, so on and so forth, and you should be pretty good to go at that point. This deck puts up a lot of power. It's really consistent. It's got, again, a low 70% win rate across various versions of the list in a reasonably good sample size. So give this one some love. I don't think you'll be disappointed if you do. Before we get to the next deck, the deck that I've been hyping up all video, and this is a 3-deck day, make sure you sub, like, and comment, and show this channel some love. I could use it right now, and if you're willing to support, it would mean a lot to help us out. In addition, we are giving away our last couple Spider Punks, like today, tomorrow morning on stream. So if you can make those, we're going to give away our last couple Spider Punks. Check community posts a few minutes after this goes live, and you should also see who won a couple more Spider Punks. So if you want Spider Punk, this is your last chance. We're trying to give away our last season passes like right frickin' now. All right. Also, our friend August has a new YouTube channel. We're always looking to promote new Marvel Snap creators. August Turn 0 is on Twitch pretty soon and is already on both YouTube and Twitter, releasing really, really cool stuff. I love the content. Member of the Pixel group. You know, we're friends and fans of the Pixel group. Check out August Turn 0. Even got a really cool podcast. We didn't release this week because I moved on the day that we were trying to record. So make sure you check out August. In the meantime, I don't think you'll be sad you do. Really, really great Marvel Snap content. You know, again, this game needs more really, really cool creators right now. All right, next up, we got Hydro Man. Who would have thought in Prowler Week he was the second best card to release? Because Hydro Man is meta. Straight up is meta, and I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's going to be great until Mobius becomes a major, major meta force again. Mobius is not a major meta force. Hydro Man is opening up new decks and making older decks have all sorts of new power. That's what we're going to look at. A deck that had sort of been forgotten, that Hydro Man gives all sorts of extra power and high rolls to. So this is Derek's Hydro Gore. It is it's sort of like that old Cougar deck where he was running Werewolf and Kate in a shell that looks like this. Derek's version put in Hydro Man and basically said, well, getting a 1 cost Iron Man, 1 cost Gore is really, really great. But again, if I can use my Luna to do anything early, I can get a 1 cost Juggernaut. There's a lot of really, really strong plays and a lot of powerful things to do in this list. If we can get out some powerful cards, like we can Anti-Venom and then Grandmaster Anti-Venom for extra power. We can Anti-Venom hit Hydro Man, get extra value that way. There's a ton of wonderful stuff like that. This deck is wildly good. We'll talk about the stats when we get that far. So Derek created this list. This is via Cougar, who sent me the list. And again, obviously the original base of this was a Cougar list. This deck needs Hydro Man, Anti-Venom, Gore, Sage, Luna, Ravonna. Cool. Hydro Man, Anti-Venom, Gore, Sage, Luna, and Ravonna are your needed cards. Hopefully you get Hydro Man for free in the current event. Cougar likes Moonstone over Juggernaut and Shadow King over Cosmo. I can go either way for any of those. It depends what you're seeing in the metagame. If you're still running into a lot of Cosmic Ghost Rider, Cosmo's going to be better. Juggernaut gives you a lot of power and that type of like the choice. The question is how much Cosmic Ghost Rider type shenanigans are you seeing? Shadow King can also replace Esme if you don't have Esme. Grandmaster can be Merlin or Kate, and then you can add a Werewolf for either Esme or Sage. Okay, so Ravonna makes exactly 4 cards cheaper here, but they're all super powerful. It makes Gore cheaper, it makes Iron Man cheaper, it makes Mystique cheaper, it makes Sage cheaper. All of those are very useful. You can do things like with Ravonna, you can play Hydro Man, and then your last turn can be something like 1 cost Iron Man into Mystique into Sage. Ravonna is obviously incredible for this type of play, allowing you to do all sorts of extra broken things. A Gore on turn 5 can be Mystique, so on and so forth. Grandmaster is not the best card of the deck, but it is very good. We are looking largely to copy. Copying Sage is incredibly strong, but so is copying Anti-Venom or even Esme Cuckoo. All really good things to be doing in this list that offer us a lot of power. Getting multiple Esmes is really, really slept on. Sage is a last turn power play. It can cost 2, 1, or 0. 2 from Ravona, 1 from Hydroman, 0 from Anti-Venom, and at that point it's just a lane and game-winning card. Same concept for Mystique. Mystique has the Hydroman and the Iron Man to copy. Don't be afraid to copy a Cosmo against Hela, who is suddenly reasonably prominent once more. Cosmo protects you from the bad things that happen to you in this metagame, which is largely Cosmic Ghost Rider right now, saying no Cosmic Ghost Rider, no Red Guardian, no whatever it's called, Deafening Chord. It's good to do. Esme is trying to hit Anti-Venom, trying to hit Iron Man and Gore, but hey, you're not sad to hit a Juggernaut, a nice 3-4 Juggernaut's good. You're not sad to hit Anti-Venom, and hey, you're not sad to hit an Iron Man. Even a Luna can be pretty good. The Esme is about as good as she ever has been in this exact deck. I personally am all for it, a big fan of her here. Luna Snow, meanwhile, gives you a ton of extra ramp ability. Being able to Hydroman on turn 4 is exponentially better than 5. Being able to play Hydroman on turn 4, if you have Ravona into Luna, and then be able to play like a 5-drop and the 1-drop from Hydroman is stupid. There's a lot of crazy stuff like that. Hell, just being able to play Gore plus the Hydroman card at the end of the game from Luna is great. Juggernaut, if in any way cheaper, is insane. Right? 3, 1, not a 2, a 301 for in this deck is really, really great. Could be 0. Anti-Venom's silly. Anti-Venom wants to hit Iron Man and Gore or Mystique or Sage, but you're happy to hit kind of like a lot of cards. You're not sad for a free Cosmo, right? You're not sad for an extra free Grandmaster. There's a lot of really great Anti-Venom hits in this list. You don't want to hit Ravona or Luna, or S-Man, but like almost anything else is at least good on turn 4. Iron Man is a ton of power, as is Gore, and then Hydroman makes all these powerful cards cheap. So with this list, Derek went 22-7. That is a 77% win rate and a 2.7 cube rate. That is stupid. I tried this deck. This deck is completely freaking bonkers. Play it, win with it. Love it. So there's no ones. So turn 2, Ravona. Turn 3, Esme or Luna over Cosmo. Depends what's in your deck. Turn 4, Hydroman. If you can get Hydroman out, you snap. Over Iron Man over Anti-Venom. If you hit the right cards with Anti-Venom, you can snap. Turn 5 is turn 5 is the same as turn 4, excuse me, and you can add Gore as a potential play. Turn 6, go off with whatever combo, Juggernaut and a 1 from Hydroman or Esme card, Sage, Cosmo, Mystique, whatever. Combo off like a monster after your Hydroman, after your Anti-Venom. Use your insanely strong, whatchamacallit, Grandmaster combos here. Just go off, have fun, win with a bajillion points, while also disrupting your opponent with Juggernaut and Cosmo. This deck is utterly disgusting. Juggernaut and Cosmo were long a power group in Marvel Snap, and this deck found a way to bring it back in a way that is absolutely insane. To me, the power of the deck is not just the cheating of points. If you want to do that, you can just play this in that next deck, but also that it still has room for Cosmo, that it still has room for Juggernaut, that it has room to control the opponent while beating the pants off of them. Hey, I know a lot of you are not interested in this game, but those of you who are and are not playing it are doing yourself a disservice, because I absolutely love Raid Shadow Legends. I'm having a blast playing it. As soon as I record, I'm going to play a little Snap and probably play some more Raid before bed. I love Raid. Check it out if you're interested. You can get a free Xenomorph, the alien from Aliens, who looks amazing, and he's a legendary, a free kit. You can get a legendary if you use my promo code in a Raid video. Make sure you check it out. You will love this. I mean this 100%. Also, check out twitch.tv/BlueSky if you're so inclined. I'll be streaming tomorrow morning and then so much more thereafter, as I have now moved, although I do have to figure out how to mount my camera. Also, our Season Pass question, to win the last couple Season Passes, what's your review of the 2 cards this week? Finally, Cougar Negative. The last deck, it's just like, hey, why are we not playing Negative again? There's no Mobius. Negative still crazy strong. 1 cost on Mystique doesn't change that much. So Cougar went and played Negative and won a bajillion snap points, ended up near the top of the Infinite Leaderboard again. I can't tell you exactly where he is right now on the Infinite Leaderboard. That crap has been broken for several weeks. But I can tell you that Cougar is doing amazingly well with this. This is an insanely good list right now. You can find Cougar at twitch.tv/Cougar, double the O, triple the R. This deck needs Gore and Ravona. Esme can be Cassandra or Sage. You want a budget deck? You got a budget deck. Get Ravona. Sorry, I guess we also, Get Ravona, get Gore, you have a deck, right? Esme would be nice here, but you'll live. Ravona makes your best Mr. Negative come out a turn early, which is obviously worth its weight in gold in this list. The other thing Ravona does is, along with Esme, it gives you some play when you don't see the Mr. Negative. For example, you play Ravonna, and you get an Iron Man out early. You can copy that. Then you could copy that with Mystique, and then you can Zola that stuff. Or you can play a Iron Man early. You can Zola it, and then play some other powerful cards on the last turn of the game. You can get a 3/5 Shang-Chi from Esme, right? 3/4, excuse me, Shang-Chi from Esme, and play that, and then you can still have enough energy to like Zola a Gore or something later in the game. You have a lot of superly powerful things because you have combos of cards that Ravonna and Esme open up for you. Mystique is copying Gore and Iron Man, and sometimes in this version, Null, because Killmonger in a Victoria Hand meta often has a bajillion power to destroy, at which point your Null is stupidly huge. Shang-Chi also helps. No one's playing around it right now. Go play your stupidly big Null, and then Zola it and make yourself happy. From there, we've got Jane, who can get all the negative cards, Zola, who can double the Iron Man, the sometimes the Shang, but usually the Iron Man, the Null, or the Gore. There's, again, a ton of power in this list as my... There we go, better. As my thing started drifting. But yeah, there's a ton of power in this list. So there's no Mobius, so why not play negative? Turn 1, turn 2 Ravonna, turn 3 negative over Esme over Killmonger Magic, turn 4 negative over Iron Man. For the love of freaking God, snap if you have negative, please. That's why I put it in red, because like, holy shit, if you're playing negative and not snapping, stop playing negative. Turn 5 Jane or Magic over Iron Man. If you can kill Null with 7 turns for Shang Zola shenanigans, start getting it ready. Turn 6 Go Off with all the bajillion cards Jane got you, or Mystique to copy Iron Man Gore with the Esme card and win the game that way. Welcome back, Mr. Negative. I hate this deck, but it's really good, and it's my job to bring you the really good decks. So if you want to win games of Snap, go, negative, destroy. If you're interested in our Patreon, I'm back in the Patreon in a big way now that I'm finally moved. So get ready for a bunch of posts and videos there at patreon.com/snapjudgments. Thank you to Jonesy Snap72, Abigail, Lisa Mentor, Bernard, LAB, Inc., Iron Frost, and Hotel Avatar, Prime Drive, Ryan Burke, Ramwood Snap, Ryan Fair Group Meth, Gopher Cap, Caretix League, Corey, Kazushi, Archangel, Duke, Black Dahlia, Pyro, Goat Seeker, Code, Hollowed Sim, Bad Nick, Absolute Shannon, Dirty Casual, Dark Winkle, Mr. Gold Cables, Ginger Prime, Haplo, Kenny Loggins of the Danger of the Biz, Black Cheapest 23, Skippy G, Jessica Gamble, Slush Chef, King Bros, The Great Kazoo, Werewolf, Capsuda, Colt, Clam, David Moo, Winfield, Steven, Brian Carpenter, Snake Smart, Jason B, Matt B, William, Billy Nichols, Ray, Sean Smith, Charles, Chucky, Washington, Corbin, John Q, Jim McHugh, You Stout, Lee Sage, One Big Man, Cactus, Steve O, Yo Marco, Ted Bro, Babe Pro Joe, and Snap, Scissors Joe, Pickety Bop, Bricks to Click, Acu, Ocular Screen, Goblin, Flan, Spectrum Mix, Only Fox, Matt H, DJ, Mike Yadjins, No Freaking Flex, Nick the Greek, Toxic Soul King, King Emissary, 10 Matt, Falcon, Falcon, Newman, Two Ties, Great Load as the Pirate King, Tucker, and of course, Gunny T, the T stands for Snippety Snap. It's the Judgments. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm so excited for this new season. I love the cards. If you missed that video, make sure you watch it because it's hype. Peace.